Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Airy Sky Read-A-Lee's video blog. I'm Airy Sky. If you're new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe, thumbs up button. If you're coming back, or welcome. I'll try to make this video as short as possible without ranting too much. So my adopted brother, the Higgins, keeps nagging the crap out of me to do this video about the government refinancing $11.5 trillion. Now, I went through all AIs, all right? It's a normal thing to refinance because of government bonds, all right? There's these people saying, oh, inflation, inflation. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if your fucking groceries go up 10 times more. I'll tell you why. It goes like this. You see, I got to close the door because Chloe's triggered all the time.
In here, all right. Still worry about the damn door.
So it goes like this, my friends. It goes like this for a happy-go Saturday morning. You see, I don't care if the inflation goes up 100% because, frankly, and tariffs are stacked up on it. You voted for this, redneck goon balls, then you get this. You see, there is two-thirds of the country, 70% of the country, that even the asshats that sat out of the election, which was a lot of people, they turned around and they didn't vote for this. But those are the problematic people. I'm going to stand by and say these are the people that didn't vote. Otherwise, it could have swayed either or. All right, so we got what I said. Okay, so my thing is this, okay? I don't talk about who I voted for. That's my damn business, okay? But I did say that I thought Kamala was going to win. But guess what? I'm going to tell you like it is, okay? Because here's what I think here in the political spectrum today. When someone rams down my fucking throat, whether it be my fucking redneck sisters, redneck aunts, redneck uncles, redneck asshole friends, and they all basically say, oh, wow, you're going to be worse of the worst. Well, guess what? My opinion is I didn't vote for a certain candidate, okay? I'm not going to say their name. I already said it in an email. I already gave my true opinion, okay? I don't even want to focus on the news. But I have to focus on this today because, well, as a prepper, a lot of people have been asking me, Rita, what will happen? I don't care. You see, I keep telling you guys to prep away, okay? And while we're at it, let's talk about the other political problem today. You see, there's three problems I'd like to address maybe in this video. The three problems of today's news. One, the $11.5 trillion refinancing. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Because think of it. I'm just a frickin' peon in this damn country. I don't get to say anything. When someone says, oh, you need to have an opinion. No, I don't. I'm one person. My opinion doesn't matter against these redneck hill jack wagons who wears red hats and would sell the country up for a frickin' red hat. Sorry to say, not me. Me, I just want to be left the fuck alone. Everyone knows this, okay? Two is 11.5 trillion. It's the cycle of life. It's always the cycle of life. If inflation goes up, it's not my problem. I got a guy who's like 2 doors down, who's an alcoholic that thinks the $1.29 is a great deal for 10 chicken legs. Yeah, when they're on sale. Otherwise, the chicken legs are like $4.99 for 10 per pound. Guess what? I don't care. I really don't care. Then, inflation. So what? Who cares? Your gas goes up, your gas goes down. The stock market goes up, the stock market goes down. People complain. I don't complain. You think we're going to basically allow our Social Security to be invested in crypto? No. Because if crypto happens, the dang crypto can tank. The problem is there's too many people out there being like, oh, you're not taking. You know what? I don't like the blue pill, red pill analogy either. My attitude is blue pill, red pill, fuck you. My opinion is mine, and I don't like talking politics. I got enough freaking problems with Tweedledee next door in the next room over basically driving insane, thinking her rights are being taken away. I live in fear basically because I sit in my own apartment praying to God because I am staying away from people as much as possible. I don't want to deal with people. You got a fucking dumbass over there that thinks that every damn dumbass Republican needs to be shot. Good for you. That's what I give thumbs up to because he thinks, oh, you know, why? Because he's that. But the same freaking dumbass puts a knife through a fucking flag and then takes another flag and burns it. Oh, well, the sheriff says, well, doing that damage to an American flag is, well, their first rights amendment. Wow, that's great. Wow. Then mind you, First Rights Amendment, mind you, you got the other people sitting there just wanting to live one day at a time. One day at a time. My neighbors all around me. I got old ladies bitching about they're taking the trees down out there. The guy's up there with a little thing and he's like, and the logs, they're real huge logs, maybe 6 or 8 foot diameters, falling down. 6 or 8 foot diameters, just falling down. And you hear, and the entire apartment building shakes. And you're like, old lady, yelling and screaming, old biddy. And then talking about how, oh yeah, well, yeah, look. Then you got the drunk talking about his Medicaid and his food stamps and his SSI better not be touched. Otherwise, he's taking his guns and he's going to make a statement. We don't need this type of rhetoric violence. That's the thing. Problem is this guy's a loon. Then you got the freaking old lady who's always calling about everything. I mean, I tried to explain to my adopted brother, the Higgins, why I'm staying away from people. I don't want to go out here. Why? Because Chloe's with me temporarily while I try to find her housing. But Chloe, of course, gets mad, makes an ass out of herself last night, and's got to go to a detox center. Meanwhile, I'm hearing things about, oh, doesn't this affect... Look, the things that will affect is problem 2, okay? $11.5 trillion is fact of life. They refinance from time to time. Now, we're going to talk about problem 2 now. RFK banning crap, okay? The FDA does this all the time, off and on, yada, yada, yada. And they're like, oh, see, Brother Higgins, he's worried about my health. Yeah, well, guess what? I'm worried about my father-in-law's health. He's not changing at 73. He'd rather eat 4 days a week TV dinners, eat out 2 days a week. Okay, 5 days a week he eats TV dinners unless he's got Masonic meetings. Then he eats out 4 days a week. Yeah. Then you're like, oh, well, that's not... Well, think about it. Think about it. He sits there and says, oh, do you know what's in your food? Don't care, because here's how poor people live. When some poor jackass turns around, poor jackass, whether it be or someone else, telling me, oh, do you know what's in your food? I don't care. That's the thing. If you can't sit there and only eat salad 3 days a week because the food bank provides it, and the other 4 days a week you got to scarf up brats, sausages, or ramen, think about it. If you can't eat brats, ramens, or sausages, what are you going to eat? Dirt? Okay, have at it. I mean, look, I'm going to go out on a limb here and basically state something, okay? Now, I don't know my adopted brother's health issues, okay? It's none of my damn business, okay? But when he sits there and says, oh, 6 double packs of double cheddars, check the salt content and check the cholesterol on one. You're putting in more freaking fat in your body, and that is why you're probably not gaining, losing weight. Same goes with, the heavier you are, it's more the fat food. If you're not doing anything and you're gaining weight, it's because you're freaking not exercising. I mean, right now I run out 4 times a day for mopping. I walk up and I do this and I do that. I go to the park. I'm not always here. Fortunately, thinking about RFK, oh, he's going to ban. I don't care. You see, when they start making it so the FDA does not basically securely keep our food safe, like meats, that's when you give up eating fucking meat. When the FDA will not basically protect your meats, and they're talking about allowing mad cow disease to be slaughtered, or cow sickness be slaughtered for your meat to be, you to eat the meat. Same with chickens. They want to slaughter chickens that may have the bird flu, and you may be eating fried chicken. I mean, think about it. I mean, these are things I've heard, but, people don't want to listen to that. They just want to basically be like, oh, well, he's doing a great job. Really? Really? Banning inoculations only basically makes it so you may get rubella, polio, mumps, measles, and chicken pox. Chicken pox you can get once and usually you don't get again. But the measles, wow, we've been inoculated for years on that, and all of a sudden we got a measles outbreak. People are saying that we're the biggest, stupidest country in the world, taking away science so we can kill half the population off on this. I mean, it reminds me of the movie The Stand and the remake. If you haven't seen it, great movies. Talks about a super virus that wipes out most of the world, but you get the idea, and they all come to Mother Abigail Fremantle in Oklahoma, I think, or was it Kansas? Anyway, good movie. So, RFK banning things. So people say to me all the time, now let me tell you, I have my own opinions, okay? First of all, I don't like Republicans and I don't like Democrats, okay? And I've said this time and time again, but when someone says, oh, you had to choose Trump because Trump's the not done. I didn't choose Trump and I didn't choose Kamala, okay? I chose with my heart. Always said this. However, I had a feeling Kamala was going to win, so I chose differently. Let me put it this way. The DNC is trying to run Crockett or AOC for the next president. We're never going to get a female president. That's the damn truth. You all want freaking white, fuddy-duddy old geezers. Yeah, even my sister said you guys are going to... And she's a Trumper. She says they're going to run white old men till the day dies, cows come home. Yeah, so think about it. However, here's what I've seen from the other side of the fence, okay? And here's my own thoughts, all right? And my thoughts go like this. If you're sitting there going, oh, we're going to keep the House and Senate in 2 years. Maybe, maybe not. But if you fucking axe Medicaid, which someone said, oh, I'm not worried because it's fear and until it affects me. Really? I got letters from my doctor's office saying if Medicaid fucking gets cut, there's going to be 1 or 2 doctors working on this island completely. They won't take Medicaid. Medicaid's already been gutted so much that they're getting very little pay. They're doing it out of kindness, and they're hoping that if they take Medicaid, their student loans would be forgiven. But no, that won't happen. You see where we're going with this? And then you turn around, and you're like, oh, it doesn't affect me. Really? It affects everyone. I remember 20 years ago, every time they do these Medicaid cuts and stuff, it affects. The Medicaid book was like this, and the Medicare book was thick, like phone book. Started getting thinner and thinner as they pared out all the services. Eventually, they'll be like, oh, you want heart surgery? Fuck you, go die. No. Why? Because they don't care. That's the thing. They're paring it down. Every year you get a Medicare book, and every year they cut out. You have to go and analyze it through AI now to see what they cut out. And I've done it. I've done the research. If you haven't done the research, you should shut up because they're paring it down. So what they're doing is you sit there, oh, it doesn't affect me. Yeah, it will when they turn around and say, we're not taking Medicaid. Or, oh, sorry, your Medicare payments are slashing Medicare payments to doctors. Here's how Medicare works. People say, oh, well, you know, I'm 60 years old. Will I get disability insurance? I know a guy who's working on it. We won't give names. I'm going to have Medicare. I'll get Part C. Yeah, Part C. But then my father-in-law said if they cut Medicare Part C, they're going to cut out 70% of Part C, raise the rates, and then my dear old dad said he may be paying $250 a month to start. Anyone who wants Part C. Part A and Part B, they pay so little peanuts, for example, they're going to be cutting that off. Oh, by the way, prescription drug covers, they found a way to raise your rates on that. They don't have to cover your meds. You can sit there one day and go in and say, oh, yeah, I need these 6 meds, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, okay, your 6 meds were $4.50. Your new 6 meds are $452. Think about it. They can raise it whatever they want. They're planning to. So the point is, how's it going to affect you? High cost or denial services. That's how it works. And I'll tell you what they're doing right now. All right. So in this state, they've cut all blue state funding. The fucking red states are fucking pissed off because the red states aren't getting any fucking money either because the blue states are allocating their funds to take care of the blue state people because the fucking red state's been cut and the blue state's getting punished. Same goes with FEMA funds. Oh, you don't get FEMA funds. So if your house burns down because of a forest fire, not my problem. Cool, right? So what happens? Thing is they're diverting funds. Now, some clinics, they can't hold employees. So I was supposed to be called 6 days ago for an appointment. 6 days ago. You want to know what happened? They told me it'd be January 2026 before they can get me in because they have to push everyone back. I asked for a heart specialist again. I take my heart health real important. March of 2026 because there's no one working. They've cut out every program they can to make the elderly and the disabled die. So if you sit there and say, oh, it doesn't affect me, I could go to a clinic and be like, oh yeah, I need a wheelchair, and they'll give it to me. Oh yeah, isn't that great? They'll give it to me to help me with my case. Yet, I can't get a heart specialist till March. That tells you right there that who's affecting right now is blue states. And if you're in a blue state, they're going to start cutting blue state funds again. But it doesn't really matter because some people think differently. So that is why the blue states are saying, look, you sit there and you've got Medicaid, food stamps, phone service, and Medicare, and you cut it and make your tax cuts. Americans are going to go to the polls in 2026 and say, hey, trickle-down economics don't work. Never has. And you know what? If they had to literally turn around and take this tax cut and the American people had to fucking take it in the ass, then they should be able to turn around and say, you know what? You've screwed us over by $10,000 more a year. We want a stimulus check of $15,000. Hell, if they're printing money, why not? You see? They think that if they want to get the votes there, I mean, literally, I heard my neighbor say that riots are coming. Yeah, well, guess what? Let me just say, one of the things what we're doing and prepping for, Jews, is anything happens. I mean, look, you sit there and you say, oh, you're tin hat conspiracists, right? Problem is the three problems of today is you don't cut food stamps. A lot of children's, you know what I've heard from the Republican states? The redneck buttholes are turning around and saying, my kid ain't going to go to school and get a free lunch. My kid's not going to get the morning breakfast lunch. You got people like, some people I know going, oh, well, they're not entitled. I'm entitled to my benefits. Fuck the kids and fuck their lunch. Yeah. Now, that's how it is in this world. Remember what I said yesterday about greed in the Bible. It's those people that are probably burning in hell for what they're saying. Because, frankly, I'm tired of seeing the children go hungry. We have food drives. We have food banks. By the way, the federal government's cut out fucking food banks for fucking blue states. Not red states. Red states are increasing money. Blue states? Wow, look at that. I guess the redneck goons wearing a red hat basically are the minority now and they need more benefits. Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, look, you want me to rant? I'll rant. Problem is, I'm here to say I don't want to hear about politics, okay? I see it, I hear it. My father-in-law talks about it 5 days a week. I can't take it. And Chloe talks about it constantly. You know what I like to talk about? I'll tell you what I like to talk about because I love talking about this. Food. You see, all these people, oh, I was worried about it. Look, I don't care because, frankly, I know what I'm doing, okay? Death comes for all of us eventually. The problem is you can't just turn around and ban all the foods you like. What do you have left, huh? What if I turn around and told my adopted brother, you can't eat those better cheddars because I'm worried about your heart blowing out because you're 90 years old. Not he is 90. And the saturated fat, the cholesterol, and the sodium is so high. Or look at the burritos, or the chimichangas, or the whatnot. I mean, let me put it to you this way. Last night, I was miserable. I ate hot dogs, right? Turns out I drank probably close to 1.5 gallons of water over the course of 8 hours. Wow. I had 1 glass of juice before bed, and all water, just to get rid of the salt content in those hot dogs. Think about it. It's not healthy. And yet, if we're going to sit there and ban these things, why don't we ban better cheddars and ban sausages and ban ramen and ban everything the poor person can eat? And then we sit there and say, okay, Rita and Chloe and brother the Higgins, we can go and eat someone's lawn and chew the cud because that's what we can afford now. Think about it. These people are sitting there saying, oh, it doesn't affect me. Really? It doesn't affect you. Interesting. I mean, in my opinion, everything affects everything. So, to me, I don't focus on $11.5 trillion in high inflation. I don't care. The thing is, I shop at Walmart, I shop at Safeway, I shop at Costco. I avoid the island as much as possible. I don't drive. So when someone says, oh, my gas is $4.02, not my problem, dude. You own a car, you pay insurance. And the car is the most mightiest, evilest thing. If you could use your legs, you'd be a lot healthier. But instead, all these people got to smog up our pollution and atmosphere and then turn around and be like, oh, I'm lazy. Yeah, I can't walk. I can't walk. I gotta drive everywhere. Oh, I need an electric cart. Oh, I need a new van they're giving me by the state with a wheelchair lift in it so I can wheelchair my cart in and get into my van seat and drive because the state's paying it. I've seen that all my life where people do that just because they're fucking lazy. And yet, I was talking to a friend of mine, right? A friend of mine. And I said to him, what about these fucking millennials and Gen Zers? He said they have the power to the fingertips. When I grew up, if you were lucky to have a Cadillac limousine with a TV in the back, you were special. Not that I know anything about limousines. But, point is, TV in the back was rare. Car phone in the back's rare. Now they got thinner and thinner phones. I like the old brick phones, bag phones. Well, I grew up in a time where those are the stylish. Now, technology is changing. We're being forced to change too. Thing is, if we're going to sit there and turn around and be like, oh yeah, you have to vote for Trump because of the alternative. No, I don't. I didn't have to. Didn't want to. Wasn't planning to. You see, they already spelled out what was going to happen. Has anyone read Project 2025? Wow, isn't that great? They want to stamp out everyone. I got a freaking lesbian sheriff basically asking me for prayers every day so her marriage doesn't get dissolved because of some jackass wiener head. Yeah, you see? And then you got all these people talking about these things. Then you got people sitting there and saying, oh, well, if we can't do this, tariffs are going to kill us. We're going to basically not be able to have tourists. I mean, think about it. You're literally sitting there going, oh, well, oh, yeah. Look, point is I didn't, look, my opinion is I'm here in my studio here with the window open, drinking some juice, telling you guys out of love that I'm tired of people ramming down their own fucking opinions. Okay, my opinion is basically this. I literally had to stop someone to say, hey, change the subject. Why? Because I don't give a shit about $11.5 trillion if your price of gas goes up $1. I don't drive. I don't give a shit if your groceries go up because, frankly, the government refinances any way you look at it. I've checked it out. I've done some massive research at 3 in the morning, so I know what I'm talking about. When you sit there and research for a long time. Now, I am tempted to send a gift card to my adopted brother for his help with his other thing. I really am toying with that idea today. He deserves it. But my point is, I don't give a shit. People talk about how we're going into inflation. Fine. Let me tell you what I truly give a shit about. Telling you people that my opinion is this. This is my fucking channel, okay? When I tell you to prep hard and prep fast, I mean you better be prepping for the next 44 months because we're not out of the woods yet. This polar bear is speaking. You need to basically stockpile your groceries and make sure you have food to get yourself by. Yeah. And if you can't, well, you better rethink your plan because, frankly, I'm tired of hearing people say, oh, well, I couldn't go to the store today. Let me tell you what I did the other day. So the other day, I went to Safeway. I'm going again. Why? Because I've been working hard and saving hard and planning hard. Chloe went in. Chloe came back. Like, stacks of steaks. Steaks were on sale. She's going Tuesday again. Steaks. Totino's pizza rolls. Oh, those are bad for you. I don't give a shit if they're bad. Everything I want goes into my freezers. Yeah, my freezers. And I got more meat coming in, so I'm eating them down and then rechanging it. My other freezer, the one that's built into the fridge, that's nearly empty, so I'm going to be filling that up with some meat. Why? Because I can. Now, point is, I'm surviving. I'm living, and I'm holed up here. I don't want to have someone say, oh, yeah, but my food. I don't care if your food's you're inflated. Here's the thing. I don't care if they $11.5 trillion gets refinanced. It's normal. It's a fact of life. And then you turn around and you're worried about your gas price and your food. Let me tell you, it's a fact of life. If I got to listen to you bitch about it because it worries you, and I tell people every day, don't worry about it. Give it to God. God will let you either have lower grocery prices or higher. It doesn't matter. It's God's problem, not mine. Right? Now, then you have, oh, well, these things need to be banned in our food because don't care. Give it to God. Move along. If you can't understand, God's in control, that's fine. If God wants these banned, that's fine. But I'm not going to argue with someone about a guy I don't like who wants to fucking let the fucking measles outbreak populate the entire country. What if my so hypothetically, my adopted brother, Chloe, gets the measles? I may get it. Or he may give it. He may give it to everyone in his family, and half his family get killed because, measles, we don't need a vaccine for measles. We'll just let it pass the course. The thing is, we need vaccines to basically protect ourselves. Basically making us not immune would basically open the door to having us killed faster. I'm sorry, I'd rather basically, live with most of my inoculations. Okay, now, everyone realizes by now I'm not vaccinated for COVID because, I've had every variant. And I lived. And it was like flu. And I can tell you, when I'm sick, usually I go and I got drawers and drawers of COVID tests. I buy a few new ones from time to time to add to it. Let me tell you, $8 a kit now. Some places are charging $12 to $15, so I buy like four. I try to buy them in the 4 8-packs on Amazon, and what happens? Yeah, I'll tell you. When I sit there and go, oh yeah, I got COVID again, and surely enough, it's a new variant. So I'm like, but they're making the testing kits. You just got to pay for them. Point is, the American people don't realize that all these people sit there and they ram down their own fucking opinions. I don't ram down any of my opinions. I give my thoughts, but I do give advice about the Lord. Praise Jesus, by the way. Praise Jesus. Jesus is here today, and praise Jesus. Now, point is, let me tell you what I'm thinking, okay? Inflation. Doesn't matter to me. I'm telling you guys to prep, buy groceries, stockpile. What am I doing? Stockpiling. What have I been doing? Stockpiling. What have you been doing? Sitting there preaching, oh, this guy is so great. Look what he's doing. He's going to bring back factories. Really? I asked my sister Sunday, do you think he's going to bring back factories? She said, fuck no. We're not going to get any factories back. We're a consumer country. We basically buy consumer goods. The biggest thing is Walmart. Walmart's like, you know what? If you're going to basically not let us talk about tariffs, we're just going to fucking fire employees. Let them be on the bread lines. Yeah, think about it. Grocery stores are now going to cut people to put them on the bread line because that's what they need to do. Yeah. So when you sit there and say, inflation's going to go up. Why? Because they can't support these people, because they can't make a living because of the tariffs. Makes sense. Then you got someone say, aren't you worried? No, I'm not worried. I give it to God. My worry is for the elderly and disabled who get their Medicaid and food stamps. We have a lot of food stamp recipients on this hive. They lose their food stamps. What I hear, where I live, it doesn't matter. It won't affect me. Yeah. Apparently, redneck. I hear that from a lot of fucking redneck asshats that wear fucking red hat that say "Make America Great Again." It doesn't affect them until you see a video where they are being affected because they had their food stamps cut, their phone service cut, and their thing, and they're elderly. Yeah. And they're like, they want me to work and I'm 72. Wow, 72 years old and you get your food stamps, your Medicaid, and your Medicare cut because they want you to work till you're dead and you can't work. Amazing, isn't it? I mean, think about it. The point is this is how I see it, okay? Now, I don't like talking about politics, I don't. But when someone sits there and rams down my throat that we could have the alternative, I don't give a shit about the alternative. I don't care. Okay, I don't want to sit here and hear my sister turn around and say, calling the guy an orange dirtbag and an orange tick turd for basically getting a free airplane. Really? That's interesting. And violating the Constitution. I got family members that said he was everything in a bag of chips. Now they're sitting there saying he's breaking all these laws. Taking a free airplane, doing this, doing that, making money off of the backs of the people. I hear it all, but guess what? I keep my mouth shut. I go, But then when someone says, oh, you can. No, you don't tell me that I have to think about the alternative. I'm not taking a blue pill or red pill. You can take the blue pill, red pill analogy and cram it up your ass because I don't care. I'm not a blue person or red person. I'll tell you why. Because I don't like what they're fucking doing, okay? Here's what I think, okay? If you're going to pass a bill to gut all these safety nets for people, And you got the other side saying, we can't pass it unless we pare it down. Pare it down. And if you can't get it passed, he says, I'll veto it. I'll veto it. Go ahead, veto it. I don't care. Point is, you want your tax cuts and you want to basically screw over the people, then you got to ask yourself, why are you supporting a guy who wants to cut $300 billion out of food stamps, $500 billion out of fucking Medicare, and $800 billion out of fucking medicaid? That's $1.5 to $1.6 trillion to make their tax cuts. Wow! We're going to cut these things and we're going to make them permanent. So you lose your permanency, but El Richo gets to keep the tax cut. Think about it. Do you support that? I guess these red and asshat people are starting to wake up, but there's some that sit there and say, oh, what happens if I don't have Medicaid? Not my problem, dude. You voted for it. You fucked around. You found out. Me, I don't care. Why? Because I am not on Medicaid. I'm on Medicare. Guess what? Medicare fucking sucks. You hear someone, oh, well, that's okay. I'll go Part C. Father-in-law said by 2027, Part C is going to be more money. And the doctors aren't going to take Part C unless they pay higher premiums. That's the thing. Higher premiums. I mean, you have a deductible, Part A and Part B. But here's the thing. Most places, they don't want to take Part A and Part B. By the way, let me tell you a story about hospitals. Okay? In Medicare, if you didn't know, you are stuck with, quote, unquote, are you ready for this? Certain amount of days. You get like 100 lifetime days. That's it. Then you pay more. You could lose your house. Think about it. You have a heart attack, you're in the hospital for 4 months. Oh, look, George, we just got this guy's house. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah, I know all this. You don't know it because you guys are stupid. Dumb as a bag of hammers. You say, oh, it doesn't affect me. Really? It doesn't affect you. Yeah. There's people out there, the biggest con people in the world, let me tell you. They don't understand how the system works. Yeah. Thing is, I've seen it, I've done it, I've heard it. My point is inflation goes up, inflation goes down. It doesn't matter. Refinance, I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I've watched videos on it. It doesn't affect me. Chloe's like, what is this shit? I said, it's stuff. Chloe says, this is fucking Republican propaganda garbage shit. Turn it off. I'm not watching Republican propaganda garbage shit. Anything that spews out of a fucking Republican's mouth is propaganda garbage shit. But why don't I listen and look up anything in the blue side much? Because it's all fucking fake news too. Fake news. You could sit there and say, oh, what do you mean fake news, Rita? Think about it. You go online to my feed. What if I want to watch video game reviews? And I sit there and say, oh, I got to review 10 video games this month. And I have a little thing where I keep all my playlists hidden. All of a sudden, well, most of them anyways, all of a sudden, what happens? My feed's plugged up with all this stuff. And then I sit there and I go, oh, so I fact check it. False, 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 false. Oh, this one's true, but everything else is false. Then you got all these things saying, oh, we're doing this, we're doing that. Really, it's clickbait. So I don't want to sit there and hear someone say, oh, well, you do watch this. This guy's real great. I don't watch fucking Fox News. I don't give a shit about Glenn Beck. I don't care if he sends out a pine box for all I care. If I'm in a pine box, that'd be better because I'm with Jesus. But since I'm down here, I get to speak my own mind and say, fuck them all. I don't fucking believe Republicans, and I frankly hate fucking Democrats as well as Republicans. I won't support either party. I give advice and it goes missing. Let me tell you why it goes missing. You got the whiny fucking... Well, let me break it down to you in easy terms. And even Sister Pee-wee understands my motive for this. Okay, it goes like this. You got the Republicans. They want to fucking give the big, beautiful tax cut. They don't care if it's on the backs of libs, Republicans, Democrats, independents. They don't care. All of a sudden, all these things get cut. And then the Republicans turn around and say, oh, I voted for it. And then finds out their health care has been cut. And they're like, my health care has been cut. Or my benefits have been cut down on my Medicaid. They don't cover everything. Then they turn around and say, oh, my food stamps was cut. And I get really, really less. They don't give a shit. They wanted their tax cut. And they said, fuck you. Then they're, oh, my phone service. They decided we don't need phone service. We should be paying the phone company. Really? And then, let's just say hypothetically, all of a sudden, all right, and I know a family member who's been applying for disability. Okay, let's just say he rolls over to disability, right? All of a sudden, he finds out they increased his Medicare premium. Oh, Medicare is only going to pay $32 for your doctor's visit. The doctor says, all right, you need to pay me $272. I can show you bills. I can message bills. I'm not going to do it for you guys, but I can show you the bills where I went in for a heart specialist. They charged $382 out of my own pocket just to see him. Medicare only paid $72. I had to pay the rest. So it's not cheap. And so you say, oh, well, I'll get Part C. Part C is being raised higher and higher and higher, so they're going to tax you out of it. Thing is, you're going to basically see that living on Medicare, Social Security, disability, retirement, survivors, SSI, doesn't matter. They're going to take away what they can, pay their wealthy buddies. But you support your wealthy buddies. You support the Republicans. Me, I don't support the Republicans. Taking away the elderly's people. I got the people around here asking me, what happens if their food stamps are cut? They go hungry. They get to eat less. What if they raise their medical pricing for meds? They can't afford it, so they die. What if they turn around and they literally take away all these benefits for cancer patients and say, we're not helping cancer patients. Go ahead and rot and die. You're a burden to the system. Yeah. What if they turn around and they change everything and say, well, you don't qualify, fuck you, go ahead and die. Yeah. I mean, think about it. You think, oh, they're for the people. Really, VA's been fucking cut. I got family members that are veterans. They're saying they're shitty. They're getting shittier service by the day. But apparently, it doesn't affect you. You're not a veteran, so it doesn't matter. But I have family that's veterans. They're getting screwed. Thing is, what I worry about is the elderly, the disabled, and the veterans. They're being screwed all the way around. Veterans served the country, protected, gave us freedoms. And you sit there and think you're fucking entitled. And then guess what? They don't care as long as it benefits them. And so, think about it. There's people out there that think that they're entitled. Yeah. And yet, when I say, well, you know what? You're worried about $11.5 trillion. I'm not. God told me to leave it alone. I'm worried about the elderly, the disabled, and the veterans that aren't going to get their health care, their food stamps, their phone services. Why? Because those are the people that need it the most, and they're being shit on. So when you sit there and say, oh, well, Trump won't do that, really? He said he wasn't going to touch Medicaid and Medicare, but look in the big, beautiful bill. Go and analyze it. It's right there. $300 billion for food stamps. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing fucking the people I know get cut. I don't get much in food stamps anyway, so it doesn't affect me. So if they go and say, oh, you get $300 food stamps, okay, we're going to give you 22. That's what you get. You deserve it. Then how's my family member going, oh, or I have many family members, apparently that's why I call them freeloaders. Oh, how can I support myself on 22? You make it work. Otherwise, you shut your chili hole because you voted for this. Oh my, I went into the doctor and they said they can't send me to specialists anymore because it's not covered. I'm going to die. Not my problem. You voted for it. I didn't. Oh, they cut the cell phone bill out. Remember I said they could cut the cell phone bill out and it would make me smile because you guys rely on the phone service. Yeah, a lot of these elderly need it, but I said it wouldn't matter to me if they cut out $25 billion a year out of the government phone service, not to mention the other programs. So what are they doing? They're going and cutting out everything they can to cover tax cut. But you support the tax cut because you think it'll benefit you, even though you're poor son of a bitch. Yeah. I don't know about you people. Now, about my rant about the Republicans and Democrats. I don't trust either party. Republicans sit around and they pass all these things to cut the benefits to the vulnerable ones. Now, I do support people working. I do support people working for food stamps. Now, they put in the condition this time. If you're disabled or elderly and get food stamps or Medicaid, we want you to volunteer. We want you to work. It doesn't matter. That's what I read. So it doesn't matter if you're getting food stamps. You're like, oh, I can't leave my house. I can't walk. I can't walk anywhere. I need my walker and my cane and my wheelchair, and I can't help it. Doesn't matter. They're going to say, go volunteer somewhere. They're going to turn the spigot off of your food stamps, Medicaid. I mean, they're making it very... That's why we need the Senate Democrats to block this. But you know what? I don't believe the Democrats either, and I'll tell you why. You say, oh, the Democrats are not really... The Democrats are the ones trying to save your ass, and you want to get rid of them because you want fucking a tax cut for the wealthy. And I don't even think I know why you do it. But here's my thing. Republicans want to cut all these programs out. The Democrats want to hold it together. But I don't trust either party because when the fucking Republicans are in office, the Democrats are stonewalling everything and not doing jack shit. Then the Republicans get out of office and the Democrats do. And it's reversed. It's basically a tit for tat. We're not going to vote for this. We're not going to vote for that. Nothing gets done. If I was in fucking Congress, I'd be fucking taking the gavel away and being like, order. We're going to fucking pass all these now. And I'm going to make compromises. But no one wants me in office because they'd be the target. But guess what? At least I can tell you what I think of Republicans. They're all useless, greedy assholes. And the Bible says that every fucking Republican is greedy. They don't want their benefits and their excess taxes going to take care of people that are needy. No. So why don't we just cut it out for all Republicans and Democrats? Let us all suffer. And then while you're sitting in a tent with me, you could be like, I didn't vote for this. Not my problem. You see, here's the kicker, okay? Here's the kicker. Democrats are the same damn fucking way. They don't have the fucking balls or the spines. You want to fucking run someone like Jasmine Crockett or AOC? The country's gone down the shitter. No one wants a woman president. Yeah. And yet, they don't do anything. I talk to my senators in Congress, you know what they're doing? They're bankrolling that if they cut your Medicaid, your food stamps, your phone service, your Medicare, hell, they said if they cut all SSI recipients off, you'd all be fucking running to Democrats restore it. Because you couldn't understand why they cut it. Or you get some jackasses, look what the Democrats did, they cut our benefits. Yeah, because you're brainwashed. Thing is, the Democrats are saying, look, we want mom and pop to have their benefits. Hell, we want them to have a cost of living increase. We want this and that. But you guys turn around and you would rather have your country literally ravaged to benefit your billionaire friends for whatever. Think about it, people. I, for one, until the Senate passes it, you're safe. But once the Senate passes it, I mean, look, the Senate bill wants to neuter the courts. If they neuter the courts, as the neighbor upstairs, as Chloe says, as everyone says around you, democracy's dead. Oh, I'd rather have a king and live and get rid of libs, really. So, what if every one of us left the country, the libs? And then all of a sudden an iron curtain came down around the United States and you fucking got your guns taken away and you got your food stamps taken away and you got your benefits taken away and you're working the orchards, you're working the farms, you're supporting yourself by getting potatoes every day while other people are out of the country. Are you going to be saying, oh, I deserve this is great, really? Or you're going to sit there and say, this sucks? Think about it. Thing is, I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but hypothetically, you voted for this. My father-in-law tells me every night these morons voted for it. Now you're fucking around and finding out. And if he cuts these benefits, the only thing the Democrats can sit there and say, oh, this is our plan to get the House and Senate back. Good for you. But I'm not going to give a damn dime when I get my email flooded from Republicans needing money or Democrats. Not my problem. My problem is I ain't going to give a stinking dime. I'd rather give a gift card to my adopted brother, the Higgins. Why? Because he deserves it. These dumbasses in the Republican Party, they don't deserve jack shit. They deserve to be fucking kicked out of office, and they deserve to have fucking term limits. I say put term limits on all these motherfuckers, and they may just do their job better. Not give them free medical for life after doing 5 years in the House or 5 years in the Senate, you get fucking a full retirement. While fucking Joe Blow, like my adopted brother's got to fucking struggle like me. We're fucking peons. But apparently peons support fucking dumbasses like that. And yet, let's just say the Republicans, I've talked to a couple people in my own orbit that works in the Democratic side. And you know what they said? They said, that they support this $10,000 SSI extension thing so they can save, right? Republicans are like, fuck it, throw it out. We don't support it. We don't care. The poor should fucking suffer. They are useless garbage. As Pee-wee said, Sister Pee-wee, we're fucking worthless eaters. Why should we support the worthless eaters? Go ahead and rot and die. Yeah, Pee-wee's completely right. But you got these people saying, oh, well, you know. I even tried to help my adopted brother out the other day by posting a request to a place that he supports. I don't support it, but I did it for him. Why? Because I care. Fortunately, my problem is I don't give a shit about politics, and frankly, both parties fucking sucks. I mean, literally. Eventually, you're going to see a lot of shit hit the fan soon, and it ain't going to be pretty. And this is why I say in this video, are you prepped? If you're not, get pumped, get prepped. Get ready to go get your gear and your food and your preps, because we're not out of the woods yet. And yet, when you sit there and you see someone say, oh, we're going to have high inflation. This is why we're prepping for. That's the whole reason this video was made today. We are prepping because we're prepping for high inflation. We're prepping for a Great Depression. We're prepping for a Great Recession. We're prepping for nuclear winter. We're prepping because we can. And we have to. So when you sit there and say, oh, well, you know, I'm prepping today. I want to send Chloe to give me some hoagie rolls and some meatballs. I want the meatball sandwiches. See, I like to eat, so that's one of my hobbies. But while we're here today talking about it, think about it. So, I love all of you. And I just wanted to say, when it comes to it, you guys worry about the stupidest fucking stuff. No wonder why half you fucking redneck goons wearing red hats fucking dumber than a bag of hammers. Got that from Brother Where Art Thou. But truly, think about it. If I'm not worried, you shouldn't be worried. Just keep on prepping. That's what I'm here for. You got all these people. Oh, your prepping channel sucks. This guy's great. This guy fucking uses the doom and gloom method. I don't do the doom and gloom. Why? Because no one wants to listen to me. I'm a weirdo. They want to fucking listen to some guy who's going to offer them a fucking free $5,000 generator, and then they got to pay the taxes on it. Think about it. I don't know, but half these fucking people, they don't take the real advice from the real small channels. That's why the small channels are failing. Yeah. Because all they want to do is take it up to the big preppers. The big preppers know better. Big preppers are fucking dickwads that fucking lie, cheat, and steal to get your fucking clicks. Why do you think I don't pay attention to the political crap anymore? It's all lie, cheat, and steal. Fake news. These guys, fake news. Someone said, oh, you need to watch this because it doesn't matter to me. I watched it. But Chloe said it's a Republican redneck goon slop fest. She's right. I watched it. But the thing is, it doesn't affect me. Why? Because nothing affects me. Because I put my faith in the Lord, God, and Jesus Christ. So, if you believe in Jesus Christ, pick up your Bible today, pray to Jesus and say, I'm going to focus on Jesus. I'm going to give you my problems, Jesus. I'm going to give you my problems, God. And then don't take those problems back. Can I get an amen? And can I get an amen? I may do a Sunday sermon for you guys. I'm trying to put together something, so I hope you may like it. It may integrate prepping, but I've been here long enough, so thanks for watching. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestions. Hit the like, subscribe buttons. Hold some fun for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. Thanks for watching, and God bless you in everything you do.